Take a look at this. Breaking developments that we're bringing for all our viewers. Only yesterday, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar, whilst he was in Washington, he addressed the media collectively with the Quad foreign ministers who had already held a meeting. And now the Quad has strongly come out condemning the Pahalgam terror attack, the Pahalgam terror carnage that took place on the 22nd of April. The Quad foreign ministers' have now issued a joint statement, and the Quad vows to bring together plotters of this terror carnage to justice. Mind you, Quad, a grouping of India, Japan, Australia and the United States, in that joint statement have said conspirators, financiers will not be spared of the Pahalgam terror carnage, 22nd of April. Conspirators, financiers won't be spared. The Quad reaffirming its stand against terrorism and strongly condemning the Pahalgam terror attack. Just yesterday, Marco Rubio, External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar, their Australian counterpart Penny Wong, collectively addressing the media and talking about terrorism as well. That was a key focal point. And of course, the free movement of the Indo-Pacific and a rules-based world in the Indo-Pacific for the future, for the bright future of Southeast Asia as well. Now, Quad strongly condemning Pahalgam terror attack. My colleague and News9's senior executive editor, Aditya Rajkal, with us on the broadcast here. Aditya, help put the story under the right context. You've got Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who's soon going to be attending the BRICS summit as well. And even though we're learning of Xi Jinping not attending, Vladimir Putin going to be absent, the joint declaration is going to mention Pahalgam terror attack of 22nd April. And now the Quad foreign ministers have done the same.
A very strong statement coming in from the meeting at Washington, D.C., the Quad foreign ministers meeting, in fact, condemning the Pahalgam terror attack in Jammu and Kashmir of India on 22nd of April, in which 25 Indian nationals and one Nepali citizen were brutally killed. In fact, not only this, the statement, a joint declaration that has been issued by the Quad foreign ministers of India, US, Australia and Japan, go on to say, and I quote, "We call for the perpetrators, organizers and financiers of the reprehensible act to be brought to justice without any delay and urge all UN member states, in accordance with their obligations under international law and relevant UNSCRs, to cooperate actively with all relevant authorities in this regard." There's a message for Pakistan as well, that you cooperate or else there will be action. Of course, Operation Sindoor is still underway, and India expects Pakistan to act against terror groups like the Lashkar-e-Toiba, the Jaish-e-Mohammed, others. But till now, there hasn't been any action that has been taken by the Pakistani deep state, the Pakistan army or the Pakistan government. And now the Quad putting pressure on Pakistan and also condemning Pahalgam terror attack in Jammu and Kashmir, clearly signifying that the Quad stands with India on this. Yesterday, during the Quad meeting, External Affairs Minister Jaishankar had also said that India will continue to act against terror. That was a firm message, not just to Pakistan, but to Quad as well, that you need to stand with India against terrorism. This also comes at a time when there was an SCO meeting in China where the defense minister had refused to sign the joint declaration because there was no condemnation of the Pakistan-sponsored Pahalgam terror attack.
You know, Aditya, if we're talking about how much of lever pulling India is actually doing amidst all of this, and how perceptive have the global players here been? Take a look at all the all-party delegations that went through across 33 capitals, the SCO, example that you just pointed out. And what's more is that Pakistan is already leading that anti-terror panel, which is quite rich and funny at this point in time at the United Nations. So on the global stand, India's posture and how perceptive and how successful have we actually been in, putting our point across in our fight against terrorism?
I think India has been fairly successful in conveying to the global community that terrorism is a menace, and the entire world, in fact, all the democracies need to stand together against this menace of terrorism, no matter a state-sponsored terrorism or, in fact, a so-called non-state actor building on terrorism against neighbors, etc., as is the case in this Pakistan-sponsored terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir. But at the same time, there is, of course, the failure of the United Nations when the UNSC has completely failed in countering terrorism. UN has also failed in bringing in any kind of reforms. Imagine a terror state like Pakistan being a part of that anti-terror panel or sanctions committee, clearly signifying that the UN needs to look inwards, the UN needs reforms, and democracies who are part of the United Nations system need to evolve as well, need to put pressure on the UN and bring in some kind of a consensus on those reforms. But otherwise, I think democracies across the globe have stood with India when it comes to countering terrorism. There is, of course, a joint effort that is required. And yesterday, jokingly, Marco Rubio, the US Secretary of State, also remarked that, this person standing behind me, Shankar, has been traveling all across the globe. The moment I switch on the news, he's in one part of the world or the other part of the world. That clearly signifies that India certainly cannot be ignored today, and New Delhi, is having a pivotal role in global diplomacy and in this new international order.
I think we're reaping benefits of our own efforts here, Aditya, just like External Affairs Minister Jai Shankar and all those all-party delegations bypassing the UN like we really needed to at this point in time. Important developments here. It's going to be very interesting to see what comes out of the BRICS summit in that joint declaration as well. Many thanks, Aditya, for joining us here and helping us out with the latest details.